Well, this is my last morning. And, say goodbye to all of this.
Pretty nice to have that right next to your house, eh?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's technology at its worst.
What do you think, Samson?
It's great. If I were
Loud.
If I were a methane.
Loud.
Huh?
Loud.
If I were a methane breather, I'd be having a good time right now. Unfortunately, I'm used to regular oxygen in air, so if anyone were to actually walk over to where that's going on right now next to that
You
fence
choke. Look,
and
look, look.
take a big deep take a big deep breath,
Yeah,
you would
look at
choke
Oh,
out.
smell that.
You would choke out and have an
That's
asthma attack.
what does compost give off? That's
Methane.
Methane gas.
Other things too, but
Yeah, but that's
that's the
what it is.
primary.
It's
Yeah,
whatever.
methane.
Oh,
Yeah.
smell that. Holy
It's
fuck.
whatever chemical they spray on it, and the methane that it gives off is giving us all breathing problems. Every single one of us out here, even myself. My wife never ever had to use an inhaler in her life. Was never asthmatic until we got here, and within 6 months, she's hitting on the
I see
inhalers
that.
all the time. Within 6 months.
Look at how much of it there is.
Everybody.
Look at it.
Yeah, everybody has one of these out
I
here.
see.
Everybody. Everyone. Every single person has one of these out here.
Oh, so I have to read. I don't know where she is. She kept saying she's going to finish them and type them up and stuff. I don't know. They're not there?
Yeah, they're here.
Oh.
That was a really short meeting.
Yes.
28 minutes.
Yes. Well, actually, less than that, really.
25.
Yeah. It was a real short meeting. I like them that way. No more 2-hour meetings. No more arguing. No more fussing.
But there can be, but it's a political meeting, man. Don't you think there's room for arguing in a political meeting?
Not like the way we've been having it. It's getting
As
out of
soon as
hand.
somebody takes that right away from you, you'll be the first one to fight for it back.
No, it was getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Looking good, man.
Oh, thank you.
What you work? Oh, wow, the tie-dye. That's cool.
Came out really well.
Yeah. Yeah, hi, Angel. Oh, really?
Yeah, they won't have it on both directions. It's funny. It's like they're covered in resource or something.
Here. I'm going to put these back on. I've got to get... Oh, no, I don't have to have these on. I'm going to get another box. And I've got to... I'll pull this one over. Here, take this one instead. This is all buns and stuff. Look, wait, look.
Yeah,
Okay?
Right,
Okay.
buns are
Okay.
awesome.
Okay, great.
Them flowers
And then,
See if I did it right and if it's any good to look at.
Well, we'll look at it later. I'm not going to rewind the whole tape again. We'll do it all at once. I'm sure you're doing fine.
Out there.
How do you feel when you have the camera in your hand? How do you feel when you have a camera in your hand?
It's cool. I like it.
Have you ever done it?
Not with something like this. I mean, I've done it with old-fashioned still cameras.
How do you feel when you're shooting here in particular?
It's interesting. It's interesting to know that I'm like looking at stuff I'm very familiar with and know intimately, and that it's actually being recorded, so that my memory will actually have a.
That's very instrumental description. How do you feel? How do you feel when you look at where you live? When you look at where you live through a camera, how do you feel?
I feel like I see lots of improvements I want to see made. The clutter, the disorder, the things that are in disrepair that need repairing, that are like our showers.
I can't see the sun. Keeps up the light.
Book the location.
Work.
What is that? What does not working mean?
Well, I guess like a lot of people like myself, we have issues with authority and.
You have issues with authority?
Oh yes.
Okay.
So yeah, instead of trying to do the right thing, was go on probation for 2 years and get a job and all that, which I try to do. But being a 5-time felon such as I am. It's not the easiest thing to go out and find a job, especially when the economy sucks.
So what were your felony charges for?
I've got 2 unauthorized use of motor vehicle, 2 failures to appear, felony driving while revoked.
But nothing violent.
Correct, nothing violent. When I went to prison, I went right next door 17 years ago.
Wait a second, you went right.
Yeah, right there.
That building right.
Right there.
Right there. That's hilarious. And you're in your house. So that's the prison. And then this is where we're interviewing.
That's right.
How does that feel?
Well, it's a little different.
You're out here.
They put us out here, but okay. So we don't have access to the facilities or finding work, or I went into Central City Concern to go to situation that is a job finding thing.
Right.
And before she picked up my case, I was thinking about going to school. You know,
Right.
for internet security. You know, some of the IT curriculum. And I told my caseworker that, and they just clamped me off right there. Well, we can't help you.
And what was
yeah,
it?
well, okay, because I don't know. It's something I was thinking that, and she just choked me off right there and says, "Can't help you."
What are the worst problems facing the village right now? Biggest issues to overcome?
Well, I'm getting okay. That would be a little okay. That would be picking on one or two people at once, and I'm not going to sit there and do that. But what this place needs is to reacquire our old contacts back when we started, and reaffiliate ourselves as a nonprofit. And the people around here, they have a stigma about letting anybody in. You know, if you take money for the block grants, for emergency shelters, for instance, they thought that, okay, well, they're going to come in and inspect and then come in and take over the place. So that's one of their fears. But that's not what that's a fear. But you still have to run a nonprofit, and you have to do something for more than yourself. You know.
You know, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So I ended up leaving, and I ended up going over to one of the guys' house that I was working for, and he told me to come over there, you know, and so I went over there, and I stayed in his truck. Me and these guys stayed in his truck for a few days. But then we had to get out of there, and then he introduced me to the bishop at the church that's on Killingsworth and Vancouver, right on the corner there behind the fence. And I'm doing some work for the bishop, and I told him my situation. I told him we need to get a motorhome. He says, well, I can help you get one, you know, and said you can work it off. I said, so that'd be cool. And that's how we came upon this thing right here.
So the same guy.
No,
the bishop guy or whatever.
Yeah, the bishop.
Right.
He's the one that helped me get this, and I worked it off. You know, I did some odd jobs for him.
How long did it take for you to work it off?
About a month.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, leaving there because the bishop was wanting more and more and more and more of my time, and I'm like, I didn't find a job, bishop. You know, and he was like, well, I need you to work. If you're gonna stay on the lot, you need to work. I says, well, I told you I need to find a job. I'll work for you, but I can't work for you 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? You know, so we ended up coming to a disagreement. So I says, okay. He said, well, you didn't have to leave. I said, okay. So I ended up firing up the motorhome, and we left. And then we were like on the streets just for months and months throughout the entire winter.
Parking different places.
Getting a gang of parking tickets, you know, from the parking Nazis. And so we did that for about 3 months. That has the farm out there on Hobie's Island.
Right.
Which is probably about 20 miles away from here.
And that's where you were staying.
Yeah, that's where we're staying.
And then she said, then her buddy found out and said you have to leave.
Her landlord found out.
And so you came here.
How
did you hear about this?
I looked it up on the internet.
Dignity Village, or
yeah.
you were looking? What were you looking?
We were just looking because she had.
What were you looking for on the internet?
Just a place where I could park my RV.
And okay, so then you come to this street. You go to Dignity Village.
Yeah.
And where are you in the process of getting into Dignity Village now?
Well, I had to go to the orientation. That was last Tuesday. and I was placed 9th on the list. So I got a report every Monday, you know, to see where I'm at. And so at that point, as long as I keep doing that, I'll keep moving, you know, closer and closer and closer.